Hello, YouTubers! Thomas Force Wars one here again, aka Into the Go, and here I'm with my friends Bad Rider Alumni, aka
Yep.
Andy, and Geo, the Avatar Creature.
Howdy, folks.
This is a live stream in dedication to our good friend Chuck, aka iOS Studios, in honor of his premiere.
Yep.
Railroad.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. So yeah. Sorry for a bit. So yeah, this video, this live stream is in dedication for our friend Chuck. He might join us, but if not, we understand. So yeah, we'll be discussing. This live stream is mostly going to talk about Thomas and Magic Railroad, the rewrite that Chuck has made. Technically, I would have all six of us here, but there are a few people who are not. Chuck's not online right now, and the other two are kind of busy. So I mean, they can join at any time, but until then, yeah. But yeah, if I did now, and a few of the comments, if some of you ask why I'm not in this live stream, why didn't I invite me? Let me explain. This is not like a regular live stream where we just talk random stuff. This is mostly us talking about behind the scenes.
Yes.
So yeah. So let's get started with this behind the scenes. The idea of the rewrite was actually, I'm not sure who. I think it was Chuck's or Andy's idea. I can't remember which one had the idea for this one.
I know how it started out. So,
all right. Or we'll let Andy talk.
You want me to explain?
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Far away.
I kind of was the first one to see it happening. Like, it was. So it all started, I think, in March of 2019. I was like, just my own business, living my life, dealing with my own YouTube stuff, until I receive a text on Google Hangouts from Chuck saying, "Dude, guess what I found?" And he shows me the link, and it was the script to the original Thomas and the Magic Railroad movie with P.T. Boomer. But this one was made by some fans, so it wasn't exactly one we were thinking of. So I got nothing else to say.
So from what I heard from Chuck and Andy, they told me they're going to do their own version of the Thomas and Magic Railroad rewrite. I was like, this ought to be fun, however, things were going to be different. They're going to use Trainz Simulator, and for the humans, they're going to, instead of using the figures from the Trainz Simulator, Chuck actually asked Andy to make anime versions of them, and I have to say, the animation of the people that Andy drew, they're actually quite amazing. And now looking at them again and seeing a few cameos, we're not gonna say who, by the way. Either way, a few of them look exactly like based on a cartoon show that me and Andy used to watch when we were kids.
That's right. And I gotta say, I tried to make the characters look like in the style of like either Scooby-Doo or Rescue Heroes, like one of those two early 2003 or 2002-ish cartoons.
Yeah. So so everything was coming through the mission. It took like a whole entire year and a half to make. A year and a half. From what I heard from Andy, he was getting tired of doing the animations every single day. He wanted to go back to his filming.
Well, I just started like last year in August of 2019, and I was working on all of these until like I'd say August of this year, which is this month actually. Like, but I did happen to take a break from it at times when we're working on some of my own projects, so I didn't like work on just that all year long. I did want to keep my own channel running.
So while the film, so not only the filming and the animation was in production, but there was another thing in production, and that's our next topic: the voice acting. Finding the right cast was a very hard decision to make, especially for a lot of us. And we're happy to say we found a lot of people who are eager to help out with this project.
Speaking of which,
Yes, indeed.
I want to give a shout out to some of my friends that were in the rewrite, but are probably not in the call, like NOCO Studios Media, Major Engine Redubs, and Mr. Trainiac.
And the people, and a shout out to two of our friends who are not to two of our friends who are not in this live stream, along with Chuck, Yilin Zo and JL Rosefan and 98. Hey, you got a lot of you have made this possible, and we could never have done it without you guys.
And I don't know if anyone knows who the voice of Lady is, but in case
wait, I thought we already do.
Yeah, we.
Well, I don't know if anyone knows who the voice of Lady is, but if not, maybe we should surprise them.
I agree. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, judging from what we heard about, the voice acting, however, the voice acting came to us after the whole rewrite, and so we thought about, hey, you know what? I think it's time. When I first heard about the voice acting, I was like, huh, this could be my ideal role to actually voice act in a very big project, because that's actually my dream to actually voice in a big project like this. This is actually a dream. Actually, I think it's mostly everyone's dream, but for me, I waited so long to voice act in something so big. And don't say my projects like Adventures of Alfred. That doesn't count. I made that.
And I just want to say that, like, I meant to voice James in this movie. Like, well, actually, I was aiming to voice both Thomas and James in this movie, but in the last minute, I decided to let, like, someone else have James, since I was voicing James in another Magic Railroad parody. So I was given another role besides Thomas, and that was Gordon.
Oh, the indignity.
Oh, the indignity.
So yeah, Andy here is the voice of Thomas and Gordon. Now, at first I thought, I wish David was part of it, because Gordon is like his boy. But you know what? Hey, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Just for the movie, so nothing harm there.
Little engines can big things.
Yep. And during this redub, I actually had a chance to voice my most favorite character, Diesel 10.
Let's hear it.
Now before I do the voice, I just want to say, now I understand that a lot of people saw in the comments during some past trailers and stuff saying, and stuff like saying, "Oh, this voice sucks," or this voice doesn't sound super for Diesel 10, and stick to the movie voice. Let me explain. The movie voice is hard for me to do. Okay, I can't do the actual Russian voice for Diesel 10, and the only time I could do that is when I voice Heavy from TF2. And but to be quite honest, that really hurts my throat. Yeah, I can't do that voice forever.
I thought you were aiming for the one in the final cut.
That's George.
Hello, Twinkle Toes. Remember me? That one.
Oh no! And I was the voice of the conductor.
I never did that voice. The voice I did for this was, "Hello, Twinkle Toes. Remember me?"
Oh no! I'm out of here.
So yes, for a lot of you that don't know, I'm the voice actor of both George Steamroller and Diesel 10. I swear, when I first, now here's the thing, I was originally going to voice Percy as well, but I thought, you know what, finding all those lines for those characters and doing them, I could really put a strain on my throat, so I decided to give Percy to someone else, and let me just keep George and Diesel 10. So I talked to Chuck about that, and he was like, okay, I understand. So thanks Chuck for that.
I actually was going to see if my good buddy Dylan Spy Expert would like to voice Percy, but Chuck would prefer Fairly Odd Creations or whoever his name is. So,
Yep.
should we let
And
Gio now? I mean, like he is.
yeah, because you guys hardly said anything. So you know what, Chuck, can you explain your character?
Go ahead, bro.
Well, my character of Thomas is
Gio, I think you're lagging out.
in the Magic Railroad as Mr. Conductor. Gold dust for granted.
Gio,
Source of my gold dust.
Gio.
I think you're glitching out, man.
Yeah?
You're glitching in and out.
Oh, hold on. Let me just switch to a new device, really.
Okay,
Be right back.
Okay, we'll be here.
Don't worry, we'll be right here, man.
Yep.
Won't be long.
Now, while we're waiting for Gio, a few characters who now there might be a few people here who are they're not here. We'll explain their characters. My girl Yilin Zoe, and yes, when I say my girl, I actually do mean my girlfriend. So yeah, so yeah, just deal with it. So yeah, Yilin, she is the voice actress of young Lily. And I have to say, her voice for young Lily was genius.
I mean, when I was animating Lily, I was aiming for like a tomboyish voice, but I mean, I've never heard Yillin's voice until like I had the audio sent to me, and when I heard it, I'm like, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
But she's still good. She's still good. I'm not saying she's bad or anything.
I know. You appreciate that.
Yillin is like.
Yep. And another actor who's not here right now, Rosie Fan 98. He's the voice actor of Burnett Stone, and let's just say his voice for Burnett Stone, it's not that bad.
I also want to like design I did, like some of the updated designs on some of the characters.
And speaking of Burnett, and speaking of Burnett Stone, let's all have a moment of silence to the. It's been 1 year already, so a moment of silence to our dearly departed, or Burnett, the original Burnett Stone, aka Peter Fonda. A moment of silence, please. Thank you so much. Hey,
hope you're having fun up there.
Rest in peace, old boy.
You're my bro. I'm trying not to tear up right now.
Yep.
Don't forget, a lot of. He's not the only one in the Thomas community who died recently. Remember Michael Angelo?
Oh yeah, Michael Angeles, George Carlin, and of course not the original, but the voice actor for the Thomas and Magic Railroad, Billy Two Feathers. He passed away some time ago, and
P.T. Boomer's dead too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, him too. But yeah. But yeah, but not just that, yeah. But so yeah, for a lot of those guys that we lost in the Thomas community, the ones who got started, the ones who started all in the original Thomas franchise of the TV series and the movies, may them all rest in peace. So yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love Alec Baldwin, but he's got to control the anger issues, you know.
Yeah, but starting to notice that. I mean, he's still a good actor, but I mean, when he first did Thomas, he was good. But after the recent divorce, he just didn't sound like himself anymore.
No.
Yeah, but moving on from that, There were there was some good actors too, like the voice actor of P.T. Boomer. Oh boy, when I heard that voice, the few behind the scenes videos, and I know you guys say that's spoiler alert right there. Are you spoiling yourselves? No, we're not. We're just watching a few scenes. I mean, and besides, we were the ones who actually made this, so we were right. Sue us.
I mean, well, actually, his voice was heard in the recent teaser trailer that Chuck uploaded yesterday.
Yep, and the voice actor of P.T. Boomer was none other than what was his name?
Goes Media. He's from my videos. That's mine.
Oh, hello, Gio.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Okay, okay, Gio. Can you repeat yourself of the characters the character you voiced since you're kind of
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
far away. Gio.
Oh, sorry. My character for voice of Mr. Conductor. Sorry about that. I was trying to change my volume up on my new laptop.
Okay.
No problem, man.
Yeah.
You're good, bro.
Yeah. I've got two laptops now, my old one and my new one. So anyways, my voice of Mr. Conductor is actually, hello, I'm Mr. Conductor. The magic is gone. Why do I take my gold dust for granted? I can't help without my gold dust. What is the source of my gold dust?
When we heard Gio actually do that, we were shocked because this sounds like the Mr. Conductor that we can get used to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
Gio was on with the Mr. Conductor. I don't think I could do a voice that great.
oh,
And here I am in real life.
Yep. So yeah. From what you're seeing here with all of us, with all of us are in this that's in the stream right now. I have to say, the behind the scenes actors of not only us three, but the other voice actors who actually helped film this project. It was a none of this would have been possible without all our friends.
Exactly.
So yeah, trust me, it was a huge honor and stuff like that. And
Indeed.
also, but now going back to and now moving away from the voice acting for moving away from the voice acting for a bit. Now we come to the next topic, the script writing. Whew, I tell you, from when I heard about script writing, it's hard. And take it from me, I've done like a few little scripts, and trust me, they are hard to think of ideas.
Indeed. Making scripts is more like hard work, but it's very tough, but we managed to get there in the end.
Yeah, I mean, something like this, let it to your grandmother. It takes a lot of time, a lot of thinking. Make sure you don't get started by, oh my God, there's something next to me, 7 zeros. Stop it! And yes, I did a Joey Turner reference. A reference from another video. A person I think a lot of you get the reference.
I get the reference.
You know, Chuck didn't make this script, right? He found it.
I know that, but I'm pretty certain he kind of edited the script. He kind of added a few characters like Emily, Mavis, and a few others.
Yeah, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. That, like I said, that script was made by a bunch of like Thomas fans in the Thomas community. I don't know who, but Chuck happened to just find it, and whoever made that script happened to put those characters in there, like narrow gauge engines or Edward or Emily.
Besides all that, I have to say the script was genius. But it doesn't matter who wrote it. It's still everything it's still the same. Script writing is a lot of hard work. It really is. It's fun, but it takes a total stress on your brain. Well, not only
Totally.
your brain, it hurt your fingers.
Indeed.
Yeah, how long it took for these guys to make a script like that. Heck, even reading the script, I had a little like confusion there. Like I tried to picture like the scene in my head, like this. Even when I was animating the scene, I was trying to picture in my head. I was like, how am I gonna do this? Like, how am I gonna like try to? Oh, am I breaking up here?
But you kind of are. Try leaving the call and then come back in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Try
You want me to say something?
no. Try leaving the call and then come back. And come back and try to fix yourself.
Okay.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
He'll be back, folks.
Yep. Now going back to the script writing.
Mhm.
I mean, the guys who actually made the script was actually good, and I think Chuck kind of asked these guys to use it, and I think they said yes. So yeah, but besides all that, the one thing a lot of people always forget when it comes to stories, what happened to Diesel 10 and PT Boomer after the viaduct scene? What happened with them?
I
And
don't
that
know.
because those never revealed in the original or in the fan made script. No one knew what happened.
No one knows until now.
No,
Oh,
and there's there's Andy.
welcome back, Andy.
Okay. Thanks,
Can you hear
Keo.
us?
Thanks, Andrew. Can you guys hear?
We
Yeah, we can hear
you.
you, buddy.
All right, awesome.
Anyway,
So as I was saying about when animating the cartoon, like I had to look at the script and animate the scene too, and it was hard for me to picture like how am I gonna give like what expression should I give the character, or like what movement should I make them do, like body expressions and you know body
yeah,
language.
yeah, but yeah, trust me. When it comes to finding the right animations and where to put the put the right film, the right part for the right part of the film, it's hard work. It's really, really hard work. Not from, I mean, I mean, take it from me. I mean, take it from me. My Vengeance of Alfred movie, which would be turning 20, which would be turning 1 years old this upcoming October. Trust me, 2 years of the make it, 2 years of the making of that. You think it was easy to get the film all the right parts? You think it was easy to put the faces onto the engines for certain scene stuff? Trust me, it's hard work. Especially if faces break, I had to make new ones, and trust me, those are a pain. And trust me, those are fun to make, but they're also a pain. But getting away from that for a bit, the one thing I've been, but anyway, like I was saying, a lot of people have been the one thing I've always been noticing, even from the original movie and the people with fan made scripts, no one has ever asked, whatever happened to Lieutenant and PT Boomer after the whole viaduct scene? What happened to those two? What happened to those two?
Dude,
And
don't. That's a spoiler.
No
no,
spoilers.
no. Realize I'm not gonna spoil it. All I can say is, I was gonna say this. Hey, this. Lucky for me, I came up with the idea of writing of writing that kind of writing that into the movie. Well, I talked to Andy. Andy talked to Chuck, and it was a thumbs up. So we went with that. When I could say what happened. Trust me. Like I said, we don't want to we don't want to share any spoilers. My advice, but my advice for people out there, watch the movie. Watch the movie at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, well, or whatever time it is in your area, in your time zone area. And trust me, you'll have a very good expression for the movie. But besides all that, yeah. But besides all that, yeah. The idea of what happened to those two was unknown. It was unknown for a lot of people. Like, I don't think even Britt Allcraft even thought of the idea of what happened to them. I guess the only idea she came up with was they just fell off a viaduct and that's it.
You might want to a link to the premiere.
I
They
will.
want to check it out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll send a link. I'll send a link. I'll send a link to the description at the end of the live stream. So a lot of you can know. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that a little later.
Links are important.
But yeah, but yeah. But yeah, moving away from the ending scene, there and I think that should be another topic we should talk about the sceneries, the scenes. Trust me, finding the right scenes and Trainz and actually making them for the animated characters. Again, hard work.
Hard yet.
Trying to figure out where will these characters go, where will they be, what the scenes would look like. Whew, trust me, not easy.
Some hard shit.
What you said. But
Well said.
I mean, it's fun, but it's hard freaking work. I mean, here's like, I'm not an artist. I'm not because I can't because I mean I am, but drawing on computers, even it's not my thing. Let's go with that. That's why you don't see me do much art on my DeviantArt pages. Only with sprites. I only work with sprites. But anyway, moving on from that. But other than that, yeah, good. But yeah, trust me. And the same thing works for Trainz too. Trying to find the right scene in Trainz Simulator, and if you can't find it, you have to construct one. I mean, some people are okay with it, but a lot of times it's hard to do. Like laying down the right piece of track, figuring out making the right curve, putting the right trees and the sceneries at the right time, at the right moments, etc. Trust me, it's not as easy as you think.
No.
No.
I mean, I think the most difficult scene that people have a hard time doing, in just my opinion, the hardest scenes to make. I think one of them is the smelter scene. I mean, it's basically an inside scrapyard shed, Ed. But the thing is, you gotta animate the inside red, like change the color from original to red. It may look cool, but it takes a lot of but it takes work to do that.
Precisely.
Definitely. Can I also explain the way I did my animation to them?
Go on ahead.
Go ahead.
When I first started the animation for the live action characters, I started out with paint.net for a while, but then in the middle of production, my mom encouraged me. I'm breaking up, aren't I?
A little bit, not much. Don't worry.
Well, in case if I was a little cut off, I can explain it again if they didn't hear that.
All right.
So I first started off with paint.net, and I'll go slow while talking. I started out with paint.net, like I said 3 times now, for a while, and in the middle of production, my mom encouraged me to try this other paint software called Procreate, which works a lot better with animation style. So in case if you see the animation looking a bit better later on in the film, that's because that's the work of Procreate. The first few shots of animation was done by paint.net and later on done by Procreate. So when I did Procreate, I just feel like I should have done that the whole production. So in case if you see any differences with the characters, then I apologize for that.
That's completely understandable.
Thank you, Gio. You're my bro, man.
No worries.
Yep. Now, yep, and now that comes to another Now we come to another subject. Let's say we get the acting. So yeah, we get the acting done, the scenes, the animations, Asians. The next step is putting them all together. Trust me, if you guys work with film movie makers like Sony Vegas or Windows Live Movie Maker or whatever you use nowadays, trust me, it takes a lot of hard time to put all the right scenes in at the right moments and at the right time.
Too right.
Yep. Yep. Now, take it from me. I usually use Sony. I usually use Windows Movie Maker a lot. Try me. And to be honest, I think that's more for beginners. I'm done being a beginner. I want this. So I went to. I now use Sony Vegas now. And now I'm still learning I'm just learning the ropes. But trust me, the things I'm have a hard time doing, and heck, even Andy can agree with. Even Andy, Dio, and Chuck, as I hear, can agree with me on this. The hard thing to do is the green screening. Oh God.
Oh, green screening. I never did that before.
You never did
Trust me.
green screen?
Nope.
But when it comes to our rewrite, it can be pretty hard. Like what I tried to do while like animating some green screen shots was that like on Procreate or Photoshop or whenever I was doing the two softwares, I would like take a green screen and just paste it at a layer on the bottom while putting other layers on top of it. And I would just like make sure I aim the characters like right where I want them to be. And then after I do that, I just send a little shot of it to Chuck before I send him an animation of the scene.
I see.
Just so he can get an idea, on how it's supposed to come out.
Okay then.
Yeah, Chuck, but you think green screen? But like I said, green screen is not that easy. The most difficult part when it comes to that, like if you want to do like certain projects like Thomas Transformers or whatever, the hard parts for some of them is you to find the right green screen to use, and if you don't have them, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you go up these green screen making people and say, hey, dude, can you make a green screen effect? Blah blah blah, and they don't respond to you for quite a while or even ever.
Yeah.
Trust me. I mean, I'm pretty sure I might have a friend of mine who actually can do those kind of things. But yeah, I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want any put pressure on him, or sometimes that could be a bit wrong. So yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say any names of certain people. All I can say is, trust me, green screen is very, very difficult.
Ah, I see. I fully understand that.
Yeah. Now, but moving on from that, another thing that's very hard when it comes to putting these movies together, putting the voice and the sound effects in at the right moments. Like oh my, I mean, have you tried doing it so many times? When you do it so many times, you know what you're doing because you're used to it. But but then again, sometimes it depends on the movie making thing. Sometimes movie makers can be a bit glitchy. It can do something to the movie to the original movie, and you have to start all over again.
Ah, I see.
Trust me. Trust me. I've done that. I've done that for quite a while. It is difficult. Happened to me before a few times. But yeah, but yeah.
I always try to make sure while a scene for Chuck that the audio is up and loud and perfect for him.
Yep.
Because I just don't want his movie to come out low audio, if you know what I mean, like low quality.
Yeah. Another thing, yeah. Trust me, but yeah. And then another thing is when it comes to the right filming, you have to edit out a few scenes, a few clips. You edit out a lot. You gotta find the right place to cut and edit out a certain scene you don't want to be in the film. And trust me, those are hard to do. Trust me, even for my model railroading films, it is hard.
I can tell. Especially my sprite animation, for example. Sometimes it can be very hard to do at times.
What's with the look, Andy? You know it's true. You're not a railroader.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just put cinnamon in my coffee. Never drink coffee.
Honestly, Andy.
Okay. I thought I was like, what are you making that face for? You know it's true.
Oh,
No.
You don't have an excuse.
My coffee.
Yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, trust me, not just with train simulators or sprites or models in particular. It doesn't matter what you use. It takes a lot of hard time to find the put those. I mean, if you record like a very long scene and you know you did, you got to find the right part. You need to find the right parts from the beginning to the and the end to find, trim, and remove them and place them in a different in a new area so that way people don't get confused with what's going on. I mean, that's a lot of hard work.
I mean, I'm not that much. I don't do Trainz videos that much. I'm just more of a modeled guy. But
Same.
No, this is a good lesson for me to hear.
But like I said, it doesn't matter if you use Trainz, sprites, or even models. They're all it's basically the same old stuff. It's basically the same old thing.
Exactly.
Trust me.
To be honest, I really like to try Train Simulator.
I've tried Train Simulator back in in the early years of when I first moved into my apartment. I was like 22, 23 at least. I tried it. The hard things to do with Train Simulators, the hardest things ever was finding the missing dependencies or try to find people or try to ask people for them. You know how hard that is?
Oh, yeah. You
Trust
need
me.
to ask for permission first.
Yeah. And another thing, another thing that's very hard for me is if I could learn how to make my own layouts, making switches and the right curves, those are hard to do. People who are professionals at a young age, they know how to do. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for years. Me, I just started, so I was like, you know what? I quit with Trainz. I mean, I still got it in my Steam, but I'm never gonna re-download it ever again. I'm sorry to say.
Okay, then.
So yeah,
You know,
I mean, if you guys want to use Trainz, that's fine. I have nothing against Trainz. I like voice acting. I mean, I wouldn't mind voice acting or watching them, but having my own, say, not gonna happen.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm more happier with models.
Yeah, but yeah, me too.
And I'm more happily with sprite animations.
Because the best thing about models is the best thing about the models is with models. Yes, they're kind of expensive to buy. But you know what? It's worth it. The models are, but you know what? They're worth it because here's the thing: with Trainz, you gotta ask certain people. You gotta ask permission to reskin Trainz models, and trust me, those are hard to reskin. They're not like it's not like you it's not like you do it in one day. Hey, in under 5 minutes. No. But
I'm never joining.
What?
This is why I'm nenever joining Trainz, because of how scary it could be. Like, I gotta ask people for permission if I want to reskin this or that.
Yeah, but that's why I like models because I can actually make the characters myself without permission. A few characters I may have to give credit to a few people, like for instance, Alfred. Alfred originally made by Scarloy 123 E. Sometimes I have to give him credit because he was the one who actually made Alfred in the first place.
Oh, yeah, that's correct.
And And the same thing goes for my OC. If people want to use my OC or have me voice act my OC, people have to give me credit because I was the one who made my OC in the first place. And that goes for anyone's OC.
Indeed. To ask for permission and give credit.
Yeah. Now moving away from the I know we get off topic here, so let's go back to what we were just talking about. Now the next phase is the sound effects. Now most trains have sound effects already built in them, but if you don't like them, people have removed the old sound effects and put in their own. Trust me, I've seen people make sound effects. Trust me, it's not easy to think. I mean, for me, finding the whistle that sounds suitable for an engine, download it, put it in the movie maker, and actually make it going toot toot or honk honk. That's easy enough. But making your own, yeah, good luck. Look, I mean, some people are good at what they do.
I know I used to, but I don't really do that anymore. I'm just getting sound effects off the computer now.
Yeah. For me, I just do the honk honk or toot toots. And if anyone wants them, I'll be happy to lend them to them. But I also give credit to the people who actually make the right sound effects, like Brandon Polly, GWR Studios, or where he's called on YouTube, etc. But yeah, finding the right sound, finding the right. What was that?
The last time I used my own sound effects, like out of my mouth, would have to be in Thomas and the Polar Express, and that whole like dream sequence Percy was having about having his own dog. I was voicing the dog. I was going and
do most people do that even still to this day in their videos? I mean, okay, actually, where he's going there, because a long time ago I used to do. Okay, I never told all of you about this, and this is true. Back at a very young age, this is true. I'm not making this shit up. I actually did all the Thomas whistles in my throat, all of them, every single one.
Wow.
They were all in there.
Can we hear your Thomas one?
That's the problem. As time went on, I haven't used them in a long time, and a lot of them are gone. I can do like a few nowadays, but the most recent one I can do nowadays are mostly Gordon's.
That was kind of good, you guys. Actually,
that was my whistle for Edward.
Not bad, but besides the point, yeah, I don't really use my mouth anymore, or except for I don't use my mouth sound effects anymore. Only for like animals, maybe for like animals, but depends on the animal, of course. But other than that, that's it. What I'm saying. But yeah, yep. And here comes another.
Brandon! Hello!
And here's another one of our members who actually in this read up, ladies and gentlemen, the voice actor of Billy Two Feathers with Thomas and the Magic Railroad rewrite, our friend Brandon.
Morning, everyone. Hello, Gio and Andy.
Yep, Brandon. If what we're doing, we're actually talking about certain things that happen. Judging by the name of the title, this is behind the scenes. We're really telling the audience out there what we do behind the scenes.
I actually this part yet. I just want to give you all another warning that just like Billy Two Feathers also got an update in this rewrite.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. A lot of characters have. What was that?
Coming now to look like Brendan.
Yeah, but yeah. You'll be seeing Billy Two Feathers in this movie. Let's just say Billy Two Feathers. He looks exactly like Brandon. I'm not kidding. So most likely, Billy Two Feathers is a 2D animation drawing of Brandon. You'll see him a little. You'll see him a little later during the premiere. Well, all we can say is, okay, you'll love this rewrite. But anyway, going back to the behind the scenes. Like I said, finding but trying to find the right sound effects for the right films, they're not that easy.
Mm.
I mean, the whistles, the sound effects. Trust me.
The
There's a certain
chuffing
sound
and the
effect.
puffing.
Like for instance, if there's a certain sound effect that you don't want to use, like a chuffing or a diesel rolling by sound effect, it does not sound right at all. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be difficult. Let's say there's plenty of sound effects to go around because thank God for folders like random polys and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, the sound effects, shit, again, not easy. Not even easy. Not even easy to make.
No, not too
I'm
easy.
gonna go get my haircut, guys.
Ah.
Hopefully, I could up with you guys with the stream later. If not, I'll watch the
Oh,
premiere with you guys.
Right.
Alrighty.
Right.
Okay.
We'll but I think we're probably done with the stream. But we'll see you during the premiere.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. I'll see you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, the premiere tomorrow.
Yep. Well. Yep. Well. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Andy. We'll continue on from here. We'll continue on from here for a little while.
All right. Thanks so much, Andrew. I'll see you guys later.
Go
Do your
on.
thing. Ta-ta for now.
That's my line.
And I stole it. Nah, don't worry. Sorry, Andrew.
But okay. Well, now that Brandon's here, and hopefully he doesn't go away like he does every single time.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch us. I'm the Brandon man.
Oh my.
But moving on from that. Besides the sound effects, another thing, and this is something like everyone's worst nightmare, is putting the video together, exporting the exporting the movie. When you export the movie, you know how long it takes, depending on how long the movie is. Now I understand, like a few seconds. It takes like a few seconds to do that. But when it comes to a long movie, you gotta wait hours for it till it's done.
Yeah, it takes forever.
And you're like, what am I gonna do while this is happening? A lot of people like talk with friends, watch a movie, take a walk. And when you come back and you think it's done, sometimes it's done. When you look at it again, you're like,
It
it's
needs
still not
update.
done. Trust me. All I can say about that is the exporting the movie. Those are hard. Trust me. Take it from all of us. But yeah, but yeah. Brandon, bring up the speed. Brandon, do you want to say anything about the behind the scenes for this rewrite? And no spoilers, please.
Well, basically, all I will say is to the audience, you will love what you will see. It took countless hours for it to be created and such. And when it comes to exporting videos, like from my experience, I've exported like the last long movie I exported was an hour 45 minutes, and it took about 2 hours for my end for it to be completed. So
2 hours.
yes,
it was. I think the reason why was because it's not like a regular video. With this video, I think the reason why because it's not like a regular video. With this video, it was different, very very different. For example, putting the sound effects in, putting the music, and we'll talk about and that's something else we'll talk about a little later. But putting all those stuff in at the right moments at the right time. That's what takes a bit longer because it takes a while for everything to catch up during the making of the movie. Yeah. But now we come to the next subject, the music. Finding the right
Music, yes.
Finding the right
Love
music
music.
at the right moments and at the right time. They may sound cool, but putting them in the movies or films sometimes you have no choice. But when it comes to, like, for instance, when it comes to like a long song, sometimes you have no choice but to cut some of them out because you want to add something else that's different in a certain scene. And trust me, I've had people do that before. And plus, movies and TV shows are not themselves without the music. And I understand I can understand there were some videos back in the old days without music. Like, for example, the Three Stooges. Besides the intro, the Three Stooges hardly had any music in the background. The only time you're gonna hear music, the only time you hear music is it comes from either one, the radio, or a record player.
Too true.
Yeah, trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Don't get me wrong. I love the Three Stooges as much as anyone else, but yeah. But when it comes to films and movies nowadays, if you don't add music in, then it doesn't give you the thrill of the chance, because not only does music soothe the soul, but all, like everyone says, and it's actually true, music does soothe the soul. But sometimes, but when it comes to a certain part of the film, it will make you jump out of your seats. Like if something, and there was an acting take or something horrifying about to happen in a certain film, the music, it brings it to life. Not just the actors themselves going, I will destroy anyone in my path. That's just the beginning. And just what Gio just said, and he kind of jumped out of his seat, but only by a bit. When you put the music behind that, it sounds even better.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes for this. And the same thing goes for this movie. There are going to be some scenes for a lot of you who already seen Thomas and the Magic Railroad 20 years ago. Who already knows stories and knows what's going to happen, and you hear the music, you know what's going to happen. You hear what's going to happen. But and the same thing goes with this rewrite. The right music at the right moment and at the right time. They have to be precise. No joke.
No joke and no pun intended.
Brandon, any comments?
True. Like, I will say, like, it is true. Back in the days, like, there was these things called known as silent films where, there was intent. Like, you could guess what will happen, but there would be no music or audio that would, signify or indicate. And with any film nowadays, you will need you would need like music to go with a certain scene. Like, if it's like a horror scene, you need like some horror music. If it's a love scene, you need like romantic music. Touchy feely.
And the best things that a lot of people like, if you need something with action, you need action music.
Yeah, you need more action-packed music than.
Like for example, meet Gio and Brandon's favorite topic besides Thomas: Transformers. Transformers had music. Transformers had always had music, even during the beginning of time, which is like back in 1984, or the one that started it all. Oh, the music always brought the characters to life.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like Transformers, like for instance, Transformers Prime, for example. You look on Transformers Prime, when you hear like a certain theme song, oh, you know it's gonna be good. It's gonna be action packed. And something sad happens, like a death, like now here's like Decepticon deaths, they don't really count for us because hello, they know they did something wrong and they're gonna get it. But when it comes to it, like a hero's death, your heart sinks, dude.
Yeah.
Like for example, 1986, the Transformers movie, Optimus Prime dying. When they put that music in there, and when Optimus Prime died,
Yeah.
Your heart sank. Your most favorite, the most everyone's most favorite hero, everyone's favorite American icon, dying in front of your eyes.
It really cuts you real deep.
Like I said, when it comes to a villain, villains don't really count because when we see a villain die, we just we mostly just cheer for them.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, but getting away from Transformers for a bit, the same thing with Thomas and Men's Railroad. Of course, there are no deaths, thank God, because one, it's a kid show. You can't put a death scene in a kid show.
Yeah, you can't put death scenes in that. That's not good for children, you know.
Now, I understand there have been like a few creepy pastas and a few other films like Thomas One Area 283. Like for example, NWO Origins when Henry and Gordon first came to Sodor, a certain LNR B12 elf Alfred.
98462.
Yeah, all he wanted to do was be in the spotlight. He wanted to be ahead of everything. He wanted to be master of everything. But the thing is, no one's perfect, dudes. No one's perfect.
And his attitude stinks.
Yeah, and then he went mentally disturbed. And you know what he tried to do next? He nearly killed 2 engines because out of revenge, craziness, but all in all, he was deranged.
Indeed.
So yeah, and when you all saw my videos of Alfred, when I brought Alfred back and he was dead in my series. Here's the thing, folks. I never attend. Like I said before. I'll say it again. I never attended I never attended to steal the idea from the Thomas One Ever 283 of Alfred dying or using those lines from his shows. I never stole them. All of them. It was a dedication to all his hard work. I dedicate my movie to him.
Indeed.
And trust me, having the right voice actors. Now, of course, I tried to add a few original voice actors, and they could try to help out with the film, but there were a few who just didn't want to do it. I'm not gonna say names, so I had to improvise, like having Victor Tanzik as Alfred. That was a big thing for me because Alfred was the main star of the movie. I mean, you can't have a Halloween story without a ghost and
Yeah.
But thankfully, I don't kill anyone off. And plus, a lot of people say, "How can you kill a ghost?" At that scene, when you saw Alfred fall off a cliff and into the water, how a lot of people say, "How is he dead? How is he so?" I've heard a few people say, "How is Alfred solid? How can he be so solid from falling into the water and even be touched by another engine like Krovan?" Here's the thing. A lot of us have seen different films and have seen different movies and different films of with ghosts in them. Some ghosts can become solid. They actually can. And
Indeed.
so I thought the idea, why can't I have Alfred be solid? Be solid. So I thought, you know what? Time to make Alfred a bit solid. Solid enough to be coupled up and pulled away for certain things and fall into the water. So, I was like, you know what? This is my story. I don't care. I don't care. But that's why I'm explaining this to you folks. That's the reason why Alfred was solid. Because out of all the movies and cartoons and other things I saw, some ghosts can solid, and they can become solid enough. Because be solid enough, but only for a temporary amount of time.
Precisely.
So, yeah.
And also, you cannot kill what's already dead.
Exactly. At that scene, at the very end of the scene, when you saw Alfred open his eyes while he was underwater, you can tell that there is going to be a second chapter to the movie. However, if a lot of you are going to ask when that is going to come out, Have you not noticed? I'm in a new room. For lucky that don't know, I'm in a new bedroom. My layout is torn down. I got and I got to reconstruct a brand new one. And during that time, I can't really film another Halloween episode until I film a new layout. Until I build a new layout. So I'm sorry to say, folks, this year I cannot film a Halloween or another Christmas special without a layout. So I'm sorry to say, folks, that this year is not going to happen for Halloween or Christmas or birthdays.
That's understandable. Plus, you're also gonna build some extras on your layout, I presume.
I am, and I'm not gonna explain what they are. You'll probably see that when a lot of you will see that when the time is right. But until
Right.
then, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
No spoiler alerts.
Nope. But moving away from that, going back to the behind the scenes of the movie. Okay, we got the actors, we got the music, we got the sound effect, we got everything made. The next thing is double checking your work to make sure all the way to make sure it's 100% before uploading onto YouTube. Now this is very common. Now this is very understanding. Now this is very comical for a lot of people. When it comes to filming after putting the movie together, after putting the movie together, you gotta do a private screening to see how the movie is before you put it into the theater. Into the theater, like if people just watch like a private screening is most likely for the actors, the directors, the sound effect makers, etc. Just those guys watching the entire film, make sure everything is right, make sure everything is perfect, etc. etc. And if something is kind of whacked off, you gotta fix that and then put it back into the movie.
Yeah.
Or worse scenario, if there's a scene if there's a scene that's already been made, but they had to cut it out for an obvious reason, they have their reasons why they did it in the first place, and that's why they always have something called deleted scenes because they deleted a certain scene out of movies, so because the movie would be a bit too long, and trust me, that's kind of a thing for a lot of people nowadays. They think the movie is a bit too long and they cut a lot of scenes out. But that's them. I can't really force them what to do, and I can't. But and no problem with that. We have no problem with that. All we can say is, that the movie itself. There are going to be a lot of movies nowadays. A lot of them have deleted scenes, and we've seen them, and we've seen a lot of those.
Oh yeah.
But going back to the private screening, yeah, always double check your work to make sure that everything's right. Make sure you know where to set. Make sure the sound effects are in the right spot in the right area. And
But
that's
if there's some mistakes, you could just fix it.
yeah.
Simple as
However, for me, I never noticed any mistakes until after I uploaded my Alfred's Christmas Carol. Because if a lot of you have seen Alfred's Christmas Carol, you can hear like a few sound effects and a few voices kind of out of whack in the wrong places. That's basically my fault. I was in a rush. I was trying to get it ready for Christmas Eve, and I guess I don't know what happened. I guess the sound effects kind of got moved away from the right part, and I had to be the one to fix them. I should just, but back then, I should tell myself, you know what, I'm gonna do a prep screen to make sure everything is in the right spot, so I don't upload into the wrong area. That was my fault. After that incident,
yeah, I suggest just take your time, no stress, no rush, and then everything will be just perfect.
now if you can't get a movie ready in time for a certain time, you can always postpone it for like another day. Hey, because it's still in the same month. But other than that, you know what I mean. But
Yes.
and the same thing goes with Thomas and the same thing with Thomas and the Magic Railroad. In the original film, P.T. Boomer was supposed to be in this movie. The movie was maybe be a bit longer, and you would see but like a few characters were supposed to be in the original movie, like P.T. Boomer, George Steamroller, Euler, and even the lead scene of a summer Sunday. That was supposed to be in the movie as well, but they cut it out because the movie was a bit too long. But that was only some, but that was the only one we ever saw in the original DVD of Thomas the Magic Railroad. And even here on YouTube. But
Yeah.
another thing is, now here's the thing. Nowadays, children want to see the actual villains. They actually want to see these villains. But back in the old days, like in the early 2000s or early 2000s, they had to remove a lot of they had to remove a lot of the voice acting. They had to remove a lot of P.T. Boomer out of the movie. Well, except for that one cameo when he was on Diesel 10 going through Henry's tunnel. That was the only scene you saw. That was the only time you saw P.T. Boomer. Oh, no, I'm wrong. The one time you saw P.T. Boomer was when he was talking to Burnett Stone, asking about when he was asking for directions. That was the only time. So in that movie, P.T. Boomer was just asking for directions. But in the original film, P.T. Boomer and Burnett were having an argument about where the lost engine is. But Burnett wouldn't. Burnett wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can probably see why people had to do what they had to do. Because one, they thought it was too scary for children. Probably back then, children were scared of it. But you know what? Children have seen YouTube and they've seen things, so they're used to it now.
Exactly.
Now, so yeah, and plus, after hearing this Blu-ray is of Thomas and Monroe's coming out, a Blu-ray version with more deleted scenes, we were excited. Now, I don't have a copy of that. Now, some of us may not have a copy of that yet, and for people that do, please do not spread rumors or spoil us what's going to happen. But
just like what the Fat Controller says, you shouldn't listen to rumors.
Yeah, we want to wait until the right moments and at the right time. So yeah. But all I can say is, yeah, the lead scenes aims and cut out a certain actor. That was okay back then, but nowadays people actually want to see that, and we're actually happy for that. But moving on right along with the movies, like Brendan, do you have anything to tribute for what we're talking about?
For what we were just talking about. Well, I mean, I'll say like now sometimes there are deleted scenes because that scene may not make sense in the film. So you'd look at it and say, okay, that may not make sense. We have to get rid of it. I mean, now in saying this, imagine if Sailor John was removed from Legend of the Lost Treasure. There'd be uproar. Maybe the movie may not even happen.
Exactly. Now, yeah, but not just delete scenes because they don't make sense. There are some delete scenes that do make sense, but they cut them out because, like I said, the movie would have been a bit too long.
Yeah.
So they had to do what they had to do. So yeah. So after adding out a few deleted scenes and all that, now it's time to private screen it again to make sure everything's right. After the private screening, then comes for the day. Another difficult time to do is figuring out what day to show it and what day will be ready. People nowadays they always show like a very early trailer say coming soon in the summer 2021 or whatever ever. Now here's the thing: directors and actors they're on a budget. The budget. They have to work hard to make sure the movie will be ready on time. Otherwise, it'll be another scrap project because there have been a few scrap movies that have not made it into the final films or have not been ready for filming, and we actually have seen them.
Mm-hmm.
And even to this day, there are still some.
Ah, I see.
But other than that, all I have to say is that but other than that, the movie is gonna be good. This movie, it took a major guess at what day to upload this. At first, we were gonna upload it sometime last month, but we realized we didn't have much time. We didn't have much time to finish everything, nor having the certain lines ready. So we had to postpone it for August 29th, which is basically basically for us it's tomorrow, but for people out there in the UK, it's today. So yeah, for us people here in America, we're getting a day early show. Oh, while the UK people have it right now.
Awesome. And I'm part UK, so I'm going to be looking forward to seeing it.
Yep, we all are. So yeah, the editing's done, the exporting's done, the voice acting, and now the moment of truth has finally arrived. Thomas and the Magic Railroad, the rewrite. I have to say, watching a few private clips, I'm not gonna say what they are.
Yeah.
After watching those private clips, I was impressed at what I heard and what I saw.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of like gobsmacked after what I saw of them. I was amazed.
Now, of course, there are people that are gobsmacked, nervous, and you have butterflies in their stomachs because after all the hard work they did, the people are nervous. Even I'm nervous of how this movie is going to turn out and what's going to be in there. But all I can say is, you're all going to have a good time with this. You're all going to love what's going to happen.
Excellent.
So yeah. So yeah, in the words of Thomas, little engines can do big things. So again, special thanks to our actors and the makers. So special thanks to the actors and the directors and the filmmakers who actually make this possible. So I'd like to give it a moment to thank Geo, the Avatar creature, Mr. Conductor, myself, Dino 10, and George Steamroller. iOS Studios, the director of the who made the train, who filmed the Trainz. Andy, Bad Writer alumni, who are making the human animations for certain scenes. I also like to thank my girlfriend Yilin Zhou for the wonderful voice of young Lily.
Yeah, well done there, sis.
And another thanks to Dale Brisbane 98 for voicing Burnett Stone. Again, Peter
Well done,
Fonda.
James.
Again, Peter Fonda. Rest in peace.
Yeah. May he rest in peace. Gosh, be a magnificent bastard.
Yep, what he said. Another thing, so actually, you know what? It's gonna take forever to name everyone because there are a lot of people I can't really remember who helped in this unless you read the credits. So from me and Gio, from and Andy and Chuck, from all of us to all of you who helped out with this project, to everyone who spent the last couple years working on this film. Thank you. Thank you all.
No worries about it. And thank you
Yep, you all did an amazing job.
all very much.
Yep. Yep. Oh my! It's getting late. Look at the time. It's getting late. Hey, I got a lot of. I think it's time for me and Gio to catch our train to the movie theater. So
oh yeah, thanks, James is here. Wait up, James. Okay.
Not just Gio. We have one thing to do first. So before we go, thank you all, folks, for watching the behind the scenes film, for hearing us rambling on about the behind the scenes and what's gonna and what you all are gonna enjoy for the rest of the movie for this entire movie that's coming out that's coming out in 4 hours. 4 hours.
Oh.
So yeah, in 4 hours, folks, in 4 hours, for all of us, in 4 hours, be ready for this film And like I said, the link will be in the description. I'll edit that. I'll edit the link in there after this is over, which is basically is. So again, thank you so much for watching this, and thank you for everything. And for a lot of you who try to talk to us, we apologize. We have not said anything to you guys, or we have not commented on anything, or asked any questions. We apologize. This is more like a behind the scenes moment, not an actual live stream where we can just, do
Not a
what we do.
Q&A.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you all at the premiere in 4 hours. But right now, we're getting more light than usual. So you know what? I think it's time for all of us to go. So until then, this is Thomas Boomer's Wars
Sparkle,
101.
sparkle.
So yeah, again, this is Thomas Boomer's Wars 101.
And Geo, the avatar creature.
Saying thank you for
Signing out.
watching. Saying the all thank you for watching, and we'll see you all again. And then we'll see you all in the premiere and in the next live stream coming soon. When we don't know yet. So until then, TTFN. That's it for now. Bye.
Bye-bye, folks.
Come on, Gio, we'll be late.
Sorry, James.